My name is Brano Koth, and this is Season Extra Trends and Entertainment. And today we're not going to take a look at the conventional stories making headlines on social media platforms and entertainment outlets across the world, but rather the news makers themselves. One of them is the lady of the moment. Her name is Magdalene Cheruto, all the way from Elgeyo Marakwet County to the top of the world. She was among the top 5 beauty queens in the global Miss World competition, which went down on November 18th, that is last Saturday. Karibu sana Cheruto.
Thank you so much, Brian.
All right, for those who are asking out there, who is Magdalene Cheruto? There are those who are bumping into you for the first time.
My name is Magdalene Cheruto. I am 24 years old, and I'm a travel consultant by profession, and born and raised in, I was born in Eldoret, but I've lived in Elgeyo too, because that is my ancestral background.
I understand that you tried the Miss World competition twice, especially the Kenyan one, and you did not make it and finally make it on the third trial. What kept you going?
If you really want something, you need to go for it. You don't wait for it. Because I tried for the first time and I didn't make it. I managed to be among top 6, and then I said, okay, I can still try it. So when the opportunity came again in 2015, I was like, okay, I can just give it a try. Maybe this will be my luck. Yeah. But in 2015 again, it didn't happen. I was not able. I didn't manage, unfortunately. Then again, I was like, okay, I'm going to change now. I'm not going to be doing beauty pageants again. I can just settle on something else as long as it's modeling. That's when I started doing a bit of high fashion and a bit of commercial. But again, in 2017, now this year, that is when the opportunity came in again. And then I was like, okay, let me just give it a try anyway. It doesn't hurt to try.
This is you in September 16th being crowned Miss World Kenya, and this is you on November 18th taking part in the global Miss World competition, a span of 2 months. Given you had only 2 months to prepare for the event, and your competitors had close to a year, some even more than a year, and you still managed to pull a top 5 finish. What did you do exemplary well to ensure that you performed that well on the global platform? It's
like a miracle. Up to now, I can't believe, because most of the time we're like, no, in Kenya we don't prepare that well for these beauty pageants. Some countries, they come in prepared for a whole year. They are ready for it. But I wanted to stop, to at least prove to people that even if you have 2 days and you're really determined to get something, you need to go for it. You need to put extra effort. You need to do everything that you have to do for you to get what you want.
Being among the top 10 at that particular point, where they have to divide now the first 5 who probably will go for the crown and the remaining go for the crown, and here's the first person being announced, it's not you. The second person being announced, not you. The third and finally the 4th person being announced among the top 5 is you. How did you feel at that moment?
Now when they announced top 5, I was like, okay, I'm just going to let God do his work, because I'm done with mine. I did my part and now I'm going to let God do it. Then I was like, okay, let me just wait and listen carefully if my name will be announced. Then I was like, if anything happens, I'll just be satisfied, because the farther I've come, God is great. And actually, I didn't even look at the continents and the countries. I was just like, God, just do your miracles, because I cannot do anything without your powers.
They announced the first runners up and the second runners up, and now 3 ladies were remaining. One of these 3 ladies had to walk home with a crown, standing a chance of 33.33%, or rather a third probability of walking home with a crown. What was going through your mind at that time?
The only thing you can do is just to cross your fingers and tell God, do the final word.
When the bombshell came, that particular point, and the winner is Miss India, that is Manushi Shilar. She turned to your side and I saw her hugging you. Let's take a look at that particular video.
India.
Miss India, she's a nice person. She was my friend. Even Miss France is my friend. All the girls that I interacted with are like my friends. Yes. So, but for Miss India, it was a different.
Special.
Okay, not really special, but we were in the same team.
And there was the question on cyberbullying.
Yes.
And at one point you said, I'm panicking.
Yes, I said that.
All right, let's take a look at that video before we get to her response.
Your question is, cyberbullying is one of the greatest problems facing the world today. How would you solve this?
to solve cyberbullying in the world today is by educating people and regulating the facts and figures that you post online. For example, if you post something that is going to affect someone mentally, you'll be fined, or we do. I'm panicking.
Now it's top 5 and you're supposed to do the Q&A. And then it's not that I'm not confident enough to do the Q&A, but now when it came in, I was like, oh my God, like my mind went blank. Then the applause from the crowd, and then knowing that I'm representing my country, oh my, like I lost my words.
Do you think probably that was the question that locked you out of the top 3 spot?
Okay, I do not want to say that, but at some point it came into my mind, but I brushed it off. I was like, no, top 5 is what God gave me. I'll not like regret or say anything, but I believe that was my position that God gave me. Yeah.
You are the newly crowned Miss World Africa. Why are you going to use that title? Which particular project do you have in mind which will bring a change to the society?
And what I like to do with my title, because it's a huge platform now that I have, and I've been working with the autistic individuals. That is a project that is my project now. Okay. I've been working with them for 2 years now. I started it 2014, and I like to use it to at least make something good out of it. Yeah.
Wow.
Creating awareness and educating people on creating people to embrace each other, and then telling people about these people, about these individuals. Yeah, because they need to be heard.
Yeah, sure. A lot of men out there will surely hang me out to dry if I don't ask you this question.
Yes, please.
Are you dating? Are you seeing someone?
Unfortunately, I am not dating. Yes.
And there was one guy, if I can remember right, his name is Moy Wycliffe. He said that he's ready to marry. What can you tell Moy Wycliffe?
What I can say about, okay, my mind is not there right now. Actually, it's not that I'm not dating because I don't want to date. No, I am in a very happy position right now. I want to do my projects. I want to have my own time, my alone time. I am doing my projects. Actually I have like a very busy schedule. Yeah, it's just my choice. And then coming to marriage now, for sure. Now that is like something else. You know, it's not just something that you just pose and you're like, oh, let's get married. Where are the rings? You know, it's something serious. You know.
What do you notice? The first thing you notice in a man when he approaches you?
I think the first thing is, should I say, the way they present themselves?
Right.
Yeah, and then of course intelligence and confidence.
Who do you give big credit to for this success?
Yes.
Your mother?
But of course, yes. I think my mother has done a lot, a really good job. By raising me to be the person that I am right now, the struggles, the challenges that she's been through just to raise me, I think I owe her to like the whole of this. Actually, I think this is a gift. The search, the crown, everything, Miss Africa, that is like a gift. She's a role model. She's like my #1 role model because of she's God-fearing, she's humble, honest, and I think she's an inspiration to many. And finally, the most important person in my life, my God.
Where you've come from and where you are, two different probably worlds and different life.
Yeah.
Where have you come from?
Sometimes you have challenges in life, sometimes you have struggles, sometimes you have a good life, sometimes
what are
you
some
don't.
Of the challenges you've gone through?
Challenges I've gone through, it's like doing Miss World for 3 times and not being able to win. But now you do the last time and you win. Another challenge is maybe financial, like you really want to do something, but due to financial constraint, you cannot do it. And then another one is just life in general. There's some things you really want to achieve in life, but now due to circumstances, you cannot get.
And to some advice to that young lady out there who is probably watching you at this hour and says, I want to achieve the success that Madeleine Cherot has achieved, or even more, what would you advise them to do?
It's not all about the titles and having a pretty face and just achieving the small things that we normally think, oh, I'm here now. No, it's all about knowing what you want in life. It's all about having like a focus and determination. If you really want to achieve something in life, go for it.
How do you juggle between work? Because I understand that you're a travel consultant. How
Yes.
do you juggle between work and modeling? And for how long do you see yourself pursuing modeling as a career?
What I normally do is just plan your schedule, know what you want, and organize yourself better, or rather organize yourself in a way that you're not going to miss out in both fields. Yeah, that is it. Yeah.
What can you tell Kenyans out there who are probably divided along political lines, divided along leadership lines?
We've been a united country for such a long time, but something so small is trying to ruin the unity that we've had. Okay, apart from politics, there are so many things that unite us as a nation. So instead of focusing on this politics, let's just focus on something which is doing so well in our country. Look at tourism. Look at sports. We have the best in our country, but no one is focusing on that. They're focusing on politics. Let's try to at least focus on the good things that we have instead of focusing on the negativity that we have. And again, we are one nation. We've been one nation for such a long time, not even for such a long time, like we're just one nation. So let's just embrace each other, and no matter who does this, who does that, we just come together as a country and support each other.
Somebody is saying here, how do you deal with cyberbullying? Because many models, and we've had such cases, some people online trolling them, saying, you know what, you're not beautiful.
Yeah.
And have you come across such comments? And if you have, how do you deal with such comments?
Yes. Actually, it's something that it happened recently. That happened 2 months ago when I was crowned Miss Kenya. And I came across some comments, some really, really nasty comments. People were saying, no, you know, she's not beautiful. She's too dark for Miss Kenya. We have really beautiful light ladies who can represent us. I was like, okay, you know, we come in, okay, I come from Africa. I'm an African. And as you can see, African, okay, I don't want to say I'm representing Africa because of my skin or anything. I come from Africa. I'm not a white person. So if for them, beautiful women are only light, then I said, okay, I'm comfortable in my own skin and I'm going to do me. I'm not going to do you. People are going to talk. People will always have something to say. People will criticize. Even though they choose the lightest person in the world, they'll still say, oh no, the most beautiful person is the black person. The most beautiful. Now for me, I was like, okay, you do you, I do me. It's my skin. I'm comfortable the way I am, and I am going to represent my country, because I believe in myself and I'm going to make my country proud. And here we are, the government to at least kindly step in and let's do this together, because at the end of it all, we are marketing our nation.
What a nice way to end this interview. My name is Brian Okoth. Do have a fulfilling